Join me as you and I and you take a journey to become better writers together and geek out.
That was really interesting. Really interesting. Did it play at all?
Yeah,
It did.
Barely now. For a second, you had me think it was my connection again.
I
was
thought
fine.
we all froze. I was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble now.
It was fine on my end.
Also, you saw the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, at least we
Okay.
know. Well, folks, there you have it. We're here. It's live. And, of course, when live is live, stuff happens. Hello, Shen. How you doing?
Hi, Shen.
Hey, Shen.
Hi, Shen. I don't know Shen, but hi, Shen.
That is Flushmalo, our amazing artists here at part of the Bit and Apple, which, by the way, you should go follow and like on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
Flushmallow. She is an amazing artist. We just did that Kickstarter with her. Hopefully, you people got your pins. If not, tough luck.
I'm still waiting on the survey.
I love you, little bear. I got one too.
Yep, it's the Coca-Cola bear.
Yeah, I got one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Christmas. Wow, 5 days to go now.
Sunday.
And I know I'm not even halfway done with my shopping.
Well, I'm not either, but work,
Man, you guys have money for shopping.
no.
That's the problem why I'm not done halfway with my shopping, because there's no money for shopping.
Mhm.
I haven't even started. If that,
Look at that.
unless you count just giving Mrs. Claus books away.
That's a pretty
That
good
counts.
deal.
That counts.
That
Yeah,
counts.
it counts. I guess it counts.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I heard from a friend today who I hadn't heard from in a while. She sent a Christmas card, and I was like, "Oh," so I just went on Amazon and sent her one.
I like your Christmas cards. They're a blast. They're fun to send too, and people
He's
never
trying
know,
to get one from you now.
people never know what to do with them when you send them.
They're still $2, and actually, Max, who redid the site,
Mhm.
I told him to take off some of the old ones that like had to do with 2020, because there was ones like with the children giving the finger, and
funny.
it's one of them said like screw you 2020, but that one doesn't really work anymore.
I still think it works. Right now we're at a threequel. We're going towards a threequel of 2020 because it's 2022.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That's true. But it's
Sonny,
Quinn. Holy cow!
Hey, yeah.
it's been a long time, Sonny. It's good to have
Yes.
you on the show.
When I want to smile, I take out those photos from the Comic-Con and
Oh my God, those are
remember our hugs.
those were great, man. That Comic-Con was a blast. Oh my God, I love the first one I met you guys at. It was such a nice little surprise.
Yeah,
That was-
likewise.
That was East Coast, right? In the Meadowlands.
No, we actually met in
New York.
Comic-Con.
Oh, it was
New York
Okay.
Comic-Con.
Yeah,
Because the first one we ever did, I can't even believe we did that, Sonny.
Which one? We went the
first
East Coast one.
East Coast we had like this ragged little book that was like half done. I mean, it was done, but it was like Sonny's
Yeah, we were so
sketchbook.
excited.
And yeah,
It
like,
was a total sketchbook, no color, but
Yeah,
I
nothing.
liked the drawing. So
but it wasn't even like revised. And then like 2 minutes into Comic-Con, some guys come to the table and they bought the book.
yeah.
That was cool.
That was a highlight.
Yeah.
I
for
told you
sure.
guys though, when I saw you at New York Comic-Con, that the book is just buyable. As soon as you hear the concept, as soon as you guys start talking, you're like, I want to get this book.
Yeah, thanks. No, that when Cliff pitched it to me, I knew right away that it would be fun to make, and it would be a good bestseller.
Yep. And it's so funny because you want a nice adult Christmas story, because these things are always centered around kids, even though kids can probably read your book and they'll get a good chuckle out of it. But I feel like somebody's gonna get in trouble.
I was talking to someone today who has it, and and she was just, I mean, she was just talking about it and glowing, talking about it. And she said that her daughter, who I think is like 6, or maybe 4, doesn't even know how to read, but she was kind of going through the pages and making up her own story.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
That's
kind
great.
of and got to the page where Mrs. Claus is looking out the window, thinking that, oh, maybe it is over. Our grand Christmas run after 18 decades or something. She says, oh, it's very sad in that picture. And then she kind of is. And then there's, but then the one thing, it was an interesting conversation because I was talking to her about it, and it was like a Zoom call.
right.
And she said that she really just kind of tapped into it as a mom and a mother. And I never thought about it like that. She's like, you wrote it and really captured sort of the female side of it. But she said
Right.
that one of the ways she related to it was all the different things that Mrs. Claus does, and then she still has to kind of come back and be Mrs. Claus. And I hadn't really ever thought about that. And
Yeah, that is totally like what moms do.
yeah, but I don't know. I never really thought of her as a mom, like a,
It's funny
doing
because
chores kind of thing.
it's funny because you don't think of Mrs. Claus as a mom, but technically she's a mom.
She's everyone's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
she,
mean, it's that way, yeah.
it comes into balance.
Yeah. It's just like when we all grow up, we only see our moms at the holidays. She is a mom to everybody, but I like the idea that Cliff presented that she was young once. She was young once, and she had a lot of options in life before she decided to hook up with Santa Claus. I thought that was kind of inspired. That she was a searcher a little bit, and that she was clever enough on her own that she could have had a lot of other men or whatever.
She certainly has one other one, but she gets romanced by Santa. And in the original short story, she was romanced by Santa. I don't think it's not in the book now, but the moonlit fjord. I think the line got cut, and it's just sort of illustrated as a moonlit fjord.
Yeah, right.
But
no, I love that. I love that illustration. I figured, he's really serenading her.
Yeah, he's playing the guitar in a rowboat in a fjord.
Yeah, young Santa Claus, with a nice groomed long-haired mullet or something,
Yeah, and before they made him a saint.
I saw the Tim Allen movies. I know it's best.
Well, that was the other fun thing about thinking about it too. Getting to sort of look at all the collected consciousness of the media Santa Clauses,
Right.
and then trying to like find our own little way of telling a Christmas story that involves Santa Claus, And so we did look at the Tim Allen and all that, and the South Park versions. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's always in my mind. Sharp blade, big heart.
I like your version of Santa and his world and universe. As much as he's hardcore, he has a softness to him.
Yeah, well, we didn't. That was the one thing that we kind of wanted to hit the tone right. A lot of the movies I noticed a lot of the movie titles. A lot of creative people have fun with making Santa super violent. And,
the new movie, yeah.
Well, I remember there was it last year that Mel Gibson was kind of an action hero Santa Claus, and I thought we'll kind of get up to that point, but it's still Santa. It's still Santa, the good-natured saint that wants to make children happy, not just blow away people, blow away the enemies.
New movie, Violent Night.
Yeah, Violent Night, blow away the enemies of Christmas.
Well, he just started out. I mean, before this was just sort of. Did I ever tell the whole story about how these things came about, Ralph? these
Well,
books.
you know, I feel like right now you
was
can
off camera before.
you can actually tell everybody because
I
you
can
know,
tell everybody. Yeah.
exactly.
My sister, like years and years ago, she wanted to take like a Gotham writers class.
I know those.
Yeah, and she wanted to do humor writing. And she wanted me to go there because she was like, didn't want to do it herself. I was like, all right, you know, we can let the video play for a second. We got music for the video?
Let's see if it'll play.
It's up in the air if it's gonna work.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Let's see if it plays or it jumps. Hold on. You can keep talking until it starts.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, so and am I allowed to curse on this, Ralph? I forget.
You can try.
If you do, you give me $20.
No,
yeah.
so like in the class,
Cursing jar.
The cursing jar. So no, in the class, the teacher shared a story. It was around Halloween, and it was like it's kind of a famous little essay. It's about Halloween. It's decorative gourd season, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And so I kind of it was that story that sort of inspired me writing like a foul mouth Santa story. and then so I wrote it, and it was fun. It was okay. And then I read it out loud at a little writers conference.
Right.
And this woman comes up to me and she says, "Oh, you ought to make that into like an illustrated kids book for adults, like Go the Fuck to Sleep."
Exactly.
And then it kind of stewed with me for a while. And then I called Sonny. I was like, "Dude, what do you think about that?" And here we are.
Yeah.
Dude.
On Bitten Apple, like 10 years later or something.
All right, let's see. Let's play this thing.
There it is.
That went better than I thought it would. Because my computer's already been futzing up over here. Let's see.
No, I'm glad.
I love myself some MILFs. Young Miss Claus. Woo!
Yeah, Shanique.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 180 years in a 1-minute video.
I think it's funny that it's playing fine without the sound.
Yeah. It's worth hearing once with the music.
Oh yeah, it's great with the music. I just knew I was gonna start chopping it up because I was looking at where was I was playing it from the Amazon.
Oh, okay. So
it was really choppy over there.
It's kind of going through a few different pipes.
It's just StreamYard, man. You don't want to know how long I've been working with it.
Technology makes our lives better.
And worse. Worse and better, better and worse.
No, I like Cliff made sure that we had a video. I think it helps a lot. You know, makes it just reminds me that we have ambitions too. We've been asked about if we wanted to animate short story or animate the ideas. I think that would be a great kind of next tier thing, but really enjoying the illustrating, and when Cliff comes up with a nice short story that he wants illustrated, it's always fun to see what he's come up with. I always encourage him to exercise his body sense of humor. You know, make sure it's got
the scatological humor.
Scatological humor. Give it a little edge.
I can see,
and then we can get away with the
this being,
sentimental qualities.
Yeah.
What's that?
I can see this being animated. It would be. It sounds like one of those little things you want to watch during the holiday season.
Well, the one thing
Well, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, the one thing I always think about with the animation, because there's a third book, there'll be 3 ultimately.
Yeah.
The elves strike back is written, and maybe there's a couple of illustrations done for it. But I kind of see that maybe ultimately the animation would be some kind of weaving of the 3, because I kind of think that they, in a sense, they go together.
Right.
Yeah. And it could be it could be a film, you know, that the books would be the different acts of the film.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, certain things would have to be cut, and it would have to be conceived of as a whole.
True.
But in some ways, the elves maybe would be the first one, and Mrs. Claus would be the second, and Cupid would actually be the third. That's the way I see it now. If it was going to be like one animation, and it would probably only be like 30 minutes in total, because to read the books take about 10 minutes each, and that's if you go like really slow.
That actually makes sense, you know, because the Cupid does feel like the end of a story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's how I kind of see it. And
sure,
you know, Santa, as you know, because the elves, he kind of turns into Krampus, and it's kind of the backstory of him wanting to like be done with it. And then the
beginning
elves,
of the end.
yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, we start. Yeah, we got to start with Santa having his crisis. You know, his middle epoch crisis, and then all the good-natured spirits around him that want to keep him in line. Yeah, I like the other idea too. The other book we're gonna do, Elves Strike Back. That was another great one that Cliff came up with, and he kind of surprised me with a little dark twist in there that I didn't expect when he pitched the first idea to me about it. So,
which remind me of the dark twist that was in the pitch.
Well, that it becomes kind of a little bit of a nightmarish Krampus story.
Yeah. I wonder if I could find that illustration. There's that one illustration that's just.
And that was fun. That was fun researching Krampus. I didn't know a lot about Krampus. You know, I knew there was a movie, kind of you know, the evil Krampus. Yeah, basically a kid killer. that's a nice one.
Yeah, well, you know, you're naughty. You're gonna go on the naughty list, and then Krampus is gonna come for you.
Yeah. It's sort of in that one. It's like his alter ego. You know, when he's totally in meltdown, he just turns into Krampus.
Like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I get you.
That's exactly.
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah.
But the illustration that you did, Sonny, for the one, I guess it's kind of reminiscent of the revolt, the townsfolk revolt.
Yeah. I had some elves with pitchforks and torches and things.
Yeah. I wonder if I could find that. No one's going to see my screen if I look for it right now, Ralph. Will they?
Yeah, if you put it on the share, I can put it up.
No, I got to find it.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Sonny, you can keep talking. I'll see if I can find this real fast.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you're doing a podcast, man. This is great. That's just for our benefit.
We've been dying to get you on. Your partner's been on like 3 or 4 times already.
Sure. No, I'm the shy one. I live in a cave, man. So
it's good to see you though, because it's been a while. I think.
I know. God, time is an MFer, man. I can't believe how it goes by. The older you get, the faster it goes, you know.
Really quick.
Listen to me. But it is nice to see you after all this time. And No, you made it fun when we first met. That was the joy of getting out there. I was really kind of unsure of myself, and then Cliff uh, sort of was the the pushing us to do the Comic Cons, and that just became my confidence just zoomed when people were appreciating the book and coming by the next day and bringing their friends to kind of see our little setup and laugh at our materials, and that was a real confidence booster.
But it's the reaction that you guys get at the convention. It's really amazing to see when the crowds, with the people who see the book, or you guys talk about it to them, or you guys bring in Nick Claus to
Nick Claus.
showcase it. And that you guys really get a nice little interaction going. And
with his toy shotgun. Yeah.
Well, Nick Claus, and with his whole thing was to go around and ask all the girls how they got on the naughty list.
Exactly. I forgot about
that. I actually have all these little videos for it, and we're a little behind the curve this year, but it's good to get her out, Mrs. Claus. But I think she'll,
Well, the good thing is you guys now you guys have her on Amazon, so it makes it even easier to pick it up, because
she's only been ready. She's been ready for like 10 days. That's it. She just made her debut, and Cupid will be redone. And
I remember the first one, the next edition. Next edition.
Yeah, so they'll both be up on Amazon soon enough.
Yeah,
but she's out and just kind of introducing her to the world, and I think once they're both back up and out, then we can we're sort of relaunching in a sense, because the last couple of years it was like, okay, because somebody else was kind of handling it and wasn't really working out, and so
COVID kind of killed the momentum a little bit.
COVID killed the momentum.
You guys had a really good momentum going.
I know, and then like I said, the project was in someone else's hands and just wasn't really working out. So here we are, and I think, well,
the goal
Mrs. Claus, she looks damn good, man. And I'm not just talking about this picture. The book looks really good, and
it is. It looks really good. Mystic Despair, how you doing over there?
So real quick, I'm going to share this right, just because we were talking about the elves. And where is the share?
Okay, we got.
I like that.
We have an echo sound.
Not me.
All right. Let's try the mute thing. All right, I'm muting.
We all mute?
Yeah.
It's not me.
Yo.
I stopped.
Okay, so it's
Jordan.
It's Jordan. Jordan's the winner. Oh, that's gonna kill me. All right, so
Jordan, reach into your magical bag and pull out some headphones for yourself.
Exactly.
Merry Christmas.
I think that should be Jordan's Christmas gift. We should get together and get him some nice headphones.
Let's be honest. I have headphones and they're not even plugged in.
That's true. I almost got myself some headphones, but so far everything's looking to stay the way it is. I do have a great mic to use, but I haven't even had a chance to use it yet.
To be fair, you need a better computer.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I feel like if I stick the mic in there, so we're gonna have a major issue.
We're gonna need to go running around like I do.
Oh my god! But yeah, this book is fantastic. I love it. I like sharing it out there with everybody. Especially making sure people see it, because it's just a lot of fun.
Are we good enough?
I like what Cliff said.
No, it's not letting me do it somehow, which is going to present a problem for me reading the book too.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a few illustrations, inspired by Cliff's short story, "The Elves Strike Back." So the illustrations he's talking about, I was inspired to I kind of saw Santa's Krampus, and he looks pretty threatening and evil, and he's got the horns and the jagged teeth and the chains, and the elves are carrying torches and pitchforks. So next year,
our good little
all three, you know?
fellow on the side here says, Krampus can get it for real, for real.
Krampus is the man, right?
Yeah.
I ain't saying more than that.
All right, I'm going to try.
Down in the comments.
Okay, I'm going to try one other thing because I think this will work. Okay, Sonny, because you're talking about it, and I want to show you all.
Sure. Well, thanks. But I'm looking for, so, you know, the momentum will build. I think we got to kind of tend to this throughout the year, but hopefully next year all 3 books will be up and a go. It'll be a nice little set, you know.
I do feel like once you guys
nice little trilogy.
Once you guys start hitting the conventions again, it'll build that momentum back up. I feel like one of the problems has been, because I feel like when you guys get to the to the cons, you start to build this crowd that starts to form around you.
Yeah, we felt it. We started getting a lot of followers on Instagram, and it was all due to the convention appearances, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a lot of fun. And you know, keep blaming COVID. I know that's an old record, but that's kind of what happened. And we all had to kind of figure out what to do with ourselves while things were kind of like, you know, working themselves out. But hopefully all 3 will be available, and I think that I'm excited. It'll be like a nice little package. I like what Cliff was saying earlier too, how when the young people pick it up, they're a little innocent. They don't quite get the meaning of everything. You know, the prose. It's you know, they're both you know, pretty nice little poetic stories with some innuendo in there, adult innuendo. But I reckon back to or harken back to we all remember the old like Bugs Bunny cartoons, the classic Bugs Bunny cartoons. You know, there was a lot of adult humor in those cartoons that I don't think kids got. They enjoyed watching it because of the pictures and the characters, but I don't think they got every little nuance. You know,
I was about to say, you know, one of the mastermind things to do is be able to do something and have one generation go, oh, this is nice, and then another generation go, we get the jokes.
Yeah, I can recall seeing the cartoons when I was 9 or 10, and then seeing them again as a teenager and seeing them again as in my 20s and stuff, and then laughing at the innuendo in there that I certainly didn't get when I was 10 years old, but I still was watching them, you know.
And that's a lot of that stuff in there. You know, and it's funny because we forget that those cartoons were made for adults in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, they came on as before the feature film came on, right? They showed them in the theaters. Before the feature film. Oh, that's pretty good.
Is that up now?
Yep.
There's Krampus. The Elves Strike Back. Took a while.
Yeah.
That looks really nice. Yeah.
Thanks.
I like
pretty
good.
Yeah. I having fun trying to figure out how all these little elves would kick Krampus's ass, you know.
That's a pretty good look for Krampus. All right. Nice and green.
Yeah. So that's definitely the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde comparison is apt that you made.
Oh, definitely. You know, when you're looking at this, it looks like he's more of a Hyde. Yeah.
Well, that's what was fun about Cliff's story and the little twist that he gave me. I was having fun thinking that Elves Strike Back. It's going to be a labor story. The elves are going to be pro-labor, and we're going to tell a labor story and pro-union. And yeah, but then it kind of became a little bit of a fantastic story, and it's got it gets a little dark, and then it has a kind of sweet, funny ending, and the idea that Cliff introduced to me that he changes, like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I didn't think about that at all until Cliff wrote the story.
Right.
And then
it just kind of happened.
Great.
But my favorite line in the Elves, I know we're supposed to be talking about Mrs. Claus, but it's all good. Because actually, and in the Elves story, she's in Oslo, doing something. That's one of the reasons why he kind of goes bananas, but she's out of town, negotiating his business like she does in Mrs. Claus. But one of it was funny. I was listening to some podcast when I was writing it, and there's actually from like Siberia and some of those there's like some Santa origin stories that he was actually a mushroom shaman.
A mushroom shaman.
So all of like a lot of some of the things that happen on Christmas with flying reindeer and some of the weird stuff that happened.
He's
It was a mushroom.
Makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
And the red and white mushroom, it's muscaria. I forget it's got a name. There's that psychedelic red and white mushroom, and that's where the red and white evidently comes from. But in the story, one of the Santa fires all the elves.
Damn.
And they're just all and one of them yells, "We liked you better when you were a mushroom shaman."
Well, see, that's what I like about doing these stories is that Santa, carries a shotgun, because the way the world is, and also out in the wilderness, he's got to stave off the wolves, but he carries a shotgun, so he's not that meek. The idea that he's not meek, and then Mrs. Claus, they have sex. Come on, they got to. They're grown-ups, right? And
when a reindeer can't move no more, you got to do something with it.
I know those long winters up there in North Pole.
Yeah.
And and then he's got to deal with these little cantankerous elves with all their issues. And he takes drugs. He takes mushrooms.
Well, I didn't say he takes them. I said that he's
a dealer.
Yes.
Well, I like the idea.
He's delivering them. He's delivering joy in different ways.
Yeah, but we're delivering the stories of little sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
This is true.
Sex, drugs, and shotguns.
That's true. But that's what makes it so much fun, and of course, the kids will be like, mushroom salesman. They won't get it till later on.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I think we saw that as Alice in Wonderland. When did we all first learn about Alice in Wonderland?
Dude, yeah.
I don't think we ever knew that
happening. The whole side story that's happening, you don't figure it out till later on in life.
Yeah, later on in life. Oh, they're tripping. I see.
He's high. I get it.
Now it makes sense. Perfect sense.
Now it makes perfect sense. Is right. Yeah.
I thought there was something wrong with that worm. Caterpillar.
Yeah, and he's always who's depicted sitting there with the water pipe, right?
That's so funny.
That's I know. We don't get those references until later. Well, that's great.
Well, that book,
that's
book itself is really psychedelic. So,
well,
that's for sure.
Yeah. Mrs. Claus Tells All was fun to think about. I really made an effort. Cliff wrote the story, and we talked a lot about. It'd be cool to see all the different stages in life. And that's what made that fun. And I guess I'm trying to think about then she becomes the basically the leader in the shop. That's what I thought was fun to Santa was sort of kicked back, kind of maybe going in the shop less, and she's always running the show.
Well, she looks like the boss.
Well, that's the whole thing. She runs the show. I'm gonna try to load up the book and I can read it.
It sounds good to me.
All right, so it might take if that one image took like
Forever? Yeah.
forever.
We
who
got
knows
to,
how long-
don't worry.
Okay.
We know how it is, and of course, like we were saying earlier, live TV is always a blast.
Yeah, where's the,
live TV?
this is a live stream.
Yep, we were
Yep.
live.
Are you gonna edit? Do you edit, post clips
No.
or anything?
No. That whichever way this goes, it goes.
Sure.
I can post clips. That's easy. But no, right now this is going out to the masses. You guys are talking to them, letting them know that Miss Claus tells all, and it's a great book, and they need to go pick it up. And then there's a trilogy happening because then you have Cupid's Farewell Christmas and the Elves Strike Back.
Yeah. Picture books for grown-ups.
Exactly, an adult Christmas story.
Kids
got
books
it.
for adults.
All the battery acid is gone now.
What?
I really should open the backs of these things more often than I do.
Okay, Jordan.
Yep.
You having a cocktail called a battery acid?
That's what I was thinking. He has the battery acid
Yeah.
cocktail.
Yeah.
No, I was looking at these old night vision goggles that I had.
Night
Oh.
vision goggles.
Night vision.
We
Yeah.
love it.
For when were you a sniper?
Yeah. That elf story you have going on, it's me.
Aha! You're one of the elves. That makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, did you not see the hat?
The what?
I said, didn't you see the hat I was wearing?
Oh, that was a good hat.
Yeah.
He was more elfish than Santa Claus. I gotta agree.
Yeah, your Santa Claus get up's gone.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh,
Santa Claus, so much fun.
I don't think it's going to work. That's a bummer. It
Well,
says size limit is 50 megabytes, and it's about 3 times that size.
Oh wow, okay.
Unless one of our techies here knows a way.
But it would kind of be too late to do it now.
Yeah. There's no way to compress it, right?
There is, it just takes time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can still read it.
I could read it.
Yeah. People are gonna have to use their imaginations.
Audio.
Yeah, just make him the biggest thing on the screen and just focus in on his voice as he reads.
Audiobook time.
Clifford
I
Evans
could-
will read from his book.
I could show the pictures. No, that's not going to work.
Yeah,
Well,
you could. Oh wait, you got
You
blur
gotta get rid of
going
your
on.
blur.
I would probably have to unblur, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, don't worry about it though.
All right.
Cliff's do we know that Cliff's other incarnation is that of a college professor? Do we know that?
Yes, we do. We've talked about it on the show a couple of times.
Oh, okay,
That's why
yeah,
I like having him on because we start talking about Joseph Campbell and
Yeah,
all
we usually
the
get into
about writing.
Yeah, great. No,
we get a little Joseph Campbell going. Ralph.
no, I was thrilled to learn that he's already read the stories to his classes.
Oh, that must have been fun, Cliff.
Yeah,
And got
like,
this-
this year because the book had just come out, and I was like, well, you know what? It's the last week of class. It's Christmas. I'm not gonna tell them to buy it or anything. I'm just gonna read it and send them off with a little Christmas card. Because in some ways, these books they're just kind of long Christmas cards.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. If you want to give it as a gift for Christmas, it's your own Christmas card.
That's exactly it. And so, yeah, most of them are pretty good students, or at least made it through the class.
All right.
So I'll send them off.
So anytime you want to start, Cliff, you go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm without the images, it's slightly daunting, but I'll say, I'll read a little bit. So it said,
I know what to do. I'm going to put the Instagram and I'm going to go to cycle through the things while you read.
Okay. Well, maybe Sonny, if you can explain. You know, I'll read it. You can kind of speak about the art while I read it, and I'll just read it. Kind of read each page as if it were a caption. You can talk about the art that goes with it. Maybe that will sort of work.
Okay. Are you good? Dramatic reading?
Well, I don't know. I'll do my best. It's a woman narrating, so I'm already
Yeah.
I'm already
Yeah,
I'm already handicapped here.
Well, there's that's actually a store Santa there. You know, and those are the kids he's got to take pictures with, and how much he's enjoying it.
Yep.
You mean it?
Early 2020.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the Christmas cards. That one's still for sale, but it just says peace and love, or peace and joy, love Santa and the children.
You're telling me that Santa in the mall wasn't real?
Well, the one that I went to was real, you know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if yours was. We got the real one. Oh, those look good. Well, this was the thrilling thing to see this animated, you know. Kind of inspired
I
us to
remember
want.
when I first sent this card out to some people, they got all funny with me.
Well, you know, it's funny.
It always feels best when we give, Ralph.
Best to give. Come on.
It's funny. That's a little, you know, that was fun handing out the postcard at the Comic Cons, you know.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of those too.
Because it takes them a second because the intimate deers is a little bit of an Easter egg, you know, to be discovered there. Yeah. But that's inspired by those. You know, I was kind of parroting the Thomas Kincaid paintings. You know what I mean?
It looks like it. You did a good job.
Yeah, thanks. And I just had to make Santa just kind of a, you know, just the classic man of leisure. You know, I always thought that he'd be on the cover of Cigar Aficionado or something, you know.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't want to deal with Santa if he was just going to be like the sweet, you know, just the sweet one-dimensional
pipe. So,
well, that's it. That was fun making him. I thought he'd, you know, get the cohibas, man. He travels all over the world, you know.
The best one thing about that video or that image, people see into that image whatever they imagine Santa smoking. That's what he's smoking.
Yeah. all the people we met from Brooklyn were all saying, "Oh, Santa's smoking a blunt."
That's funny. He's lighting up.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, Santa's, you know, having his moment in the mirror, to be or not to be. You know, right. I'm gonna shave this effing beard off.
Santa.
Yes. It was kind of fun trying to figure out the elves. You know, because the elves pop up in literature, you know, Tolkien and different versions. You know, I looked at a lot of historic illustrations too, and everybody took a shot. All the different artists took a shot, different take on the elves. You know,
I wish we could pull up the elves from Mrs. Claus, the disgruntled elves hanging out smoking.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, actually, I'm going to take off the blur. That's what I'm going to do. And,
so you can show the book a little bit.
Yeah, so I can show it, and maybe I can read it.
You can do it. You can do it reading Rainbow style.
Exactly. I used to have a librarian teacher years ago in probably grade school, and she used to read the books upside down. So
wow.
Maybe I'll try that. How's that look, guys?
Yeah, good. You can see it very well.
Yeah.
Shen says, "Don't ruin the magic of the mall Santa, guys."
Yeah, right.
This is that one's Mrs. Claus was a pinup.
So some of you doubt that there's a woman behind every great man.
She's Rosie the Riveter. See, she got her hands dirty when they first started out making toys. You know, and she's got to deal with Santa, thinking about the oblivion.
My Santa baby may be an icon, but he's not always a jolly Saint Nick.
In that picture, it does kind of remind me of that Kurt Russell version.
Yeah.
I like that one, Kurt Russell. See, I figured that's a good image. Is he gonna shave his beard off, or is he gonna cut his throat?
Secret is, there wouldn't even be a big show without this girl.
Santa hasn't even gotten dressed yet. He's still in his underwear while she's working.
Me. Not a single toy. Nary a reindeer that can fly straight.
Joy riding.
Just a pack mob of disgruntled elves.
There goes the squint of those.
That one always
Yeah.
reminds me of the second one in always reminds me of Babe Ruth.
They're out there smoking. In the smoking section.
Babies in every Santa Land shopping mall. That was my idea.
That's pretty cute.
And he actually sent me pictures of his nieces, you know, with Santa.
Every holiday television special, I negotiated the contracts.
Wow.
I just watched Frosty the Snowman. You guys, it was on television. It was on. Yeah, how long has ABC been getting mileage out of Frosty the Snowman?
They don't show it too much anymore.
I think it's every year.
They used
I think
to.
they haven't missed it. I just saw it on ABC. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they've missed a year. Yeah, I don't. Well, who watches terrestrial television anymore? You know, I'm hoping somebody does for the kids to see those.
Inflatable front lawn snow globes. Pin those monstrosities on me too.
I like that one. There's a lot of little Easter eggs in that illustration.
Yeah, the guy hanging off the roof. Santa's simply the messenger, my kiddies. Before I was the grand dame of Yuletide, I was a high latitudes beauty queen.
I figured she would have won a beauty contest, you know, back in an earlier era, you know, not in the Brazilian wax era.
You bet I was a number.
You open it up. I like my photographer. I wonder if that's Santa.
No, that's before Santa, right?
Right. So that's some bohemian in the village taking her pinup photo.
My first love was the North Pole vet. Manger calls were his specialty.
He's like an Ivy League handsome doctor.
Ooh la la, that man could deliver a caribou.
Oh, how cute. Little baby caribou.
Now some romance. But one moonlit night, long before they sainted him, I fell hard for my big Nicky. I've been calling him that ever since. I even had the man's moniker tattooed on my shoulder. How many world-class gals could say that about their guy?
Hey, working on the tat. Getting some ink.
An elf tattoo artist. I admit some nights I wonder what might have been if I'd wound up in Paris or New York. The beaches of Barcelona, embraced more naughty than nice.
She went on her. She was sowing her oats.
Mm-hmm.
She was sowing her oats in her youth.
Or she imagined sowing her oats.
I think she did. I think she went on her little. She got her Euro pass. Went to Europe.
But if only are the damn saddest of words. I've only got the right regrets.
I figured that's his young bride.
Then last Christmas, about a month before the show, Nicky tells me he's quitting. Without so much as a warning. He says he's selling the workshop. Gonna buy a spread in Malibu, he said. Quit the cold, get back into movies. We'd already had 750 million toys built, boxed, and ready for the sled.
See, that's him doing a little sorcery. Get a million presents into that little sack, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A bag of holding.
Here we go. I said, Nicky, you're not exactly Brad Pitt.
See, he's thinking Brad Pitt would have approved. See.
He tells me about the drones, the no-fly zones, the eggnog guy who chased the sled team off the roof.
Wow.
That's a red state AR.
At least Blitzen left him a different kind of present.
Nasty.
That's our little
Nice little pellet.
scat humor.
This is no way to ho ho ho, Nicky.
Ho ho ho.
Contemplative Nicholas.
That turtle dove twinkle in his eyes seemed but a memory. Sweet girl, it ain't what it used to be out there.
There's Dark Santa.
Yeah.
His dark mood.
Maybe it is over. The whole grand Christmas run we've shared for 18 decades.
Pensive Mrs. Claus.
What about the children? All our children.
Aw.
Choir.
We are the world.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Nicky and I were never blessed with our own.
And the stockings were hung with care.
Mhm. I passed him a stack of letters, the ones that drop from the sky year-round, like North Pole snowflakes. Bless that man's heart, he reads every one.
Oh.
I already knew the exact one he'd opened. It's gal thing.
She knows. She knows which letter to pass to him.
Exactly. Melt that
Which
heart.
one gets to the
Melt
top
that
of the pile.
Yeah.
Dear Santa, he began reading.
I love my little niece. That's my little niece probably right there.
It's from a little girl named Julia.
She's nice to animals. You gotta love her.
Soon that blue-eyed twinkle returned like the North Star. She says she doesn't need a present this year, that I could deliver hers to another little boy or girl.
Selfless little girl.
Yeah.
I tugged his beard and kissed his lips and felt my own sweet tears begin to rise. He covered my hand with his big Santa paw. Let's go work on the sled. Merry Christmas, I whispered, same way I've said it a million times.
It's a Viagra commercial.
It really means I love you.
Pretty pinup.
And he's off.
He's off.
The end.
See, I figured he went and hot rodded his, he hot rodded his sled a little bit.
See, and that's exactly what I'm saying is like you guys are a little raunchy, but at the same time, there's so much heart attached to the story, And I think that's what
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we get to hear a story.
Yeah, well, the idea is a short story, very colorful. I put a lot of heart into the illustrations, and I like the idea that it's just a pinch sentimental. It's got some fun little ideas about the maturity of Santa Claus as a real Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus as being like, real identifiable human beings, real human emotions,
See
and
both books have this heartwarming moment where you feel the spirit of Christmas, and I think that's what makes them stand out, because as much as they are what they are, there's a heart to it. There's a heart to Cupid's Farewell Christmas. That's a heart to Mrs. Claus Tells All. It's not just a raunch for raunch's sake. It's these people are human.
Yeah.
They're trying to live these lives,
You mean the line in Cupid's Farewell Christmas when Santa says to Cupid, "For Christ's sakes, Cupid, you're under fucking contract." You mean that line?
That was a good one. But he lets him go.
He lets him go. Be your own dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, after threatening to shoot him.
Well, sometimes you got to go through the hero's journey and come out through the other side.
Yeah.
You got to go into the belly.
Simple.
Into the belly of the whale, right, Ralph?
Exactly. You got to come. You got to go on through. You got to take the journey in order to figure out where you're going to come out.
That's
right.
You
can be the villain or the hero at the end.
Well, we Cliff's ideas. We did really think it through, and we, shamelessly we want as many people as possible to like our story. So we didn't want to go too, alienating too many audiences. We didn't want to alienate too many people by being, too blue or too sentimental. So I thought we're doing a really good job of sort of
you got a good
giving
balance.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, giving people a few laughs, a little bit of something to think about, and then it's Christmas. That's right. It's got to end on a good positive note. It's Christmas after all.
Definitely, and you guys do.
I think that's some of
the
the
heartstrings.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's important. You know, it's got to be emotional, man. You know, all these stories got to be emotional, and I think that's probably why some of the other forms of Christmas stories aren't successful. I think sometimes you know they're limited. You know, some of the Black Christmas and
Well,
Ghoul
they go too
Christmases and
negative.
things.
They don't give you any hope.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go.
Mhm.
It might be fun, but do you want to see it again? I think people want to, I guess it comes once a year. People will see that stuff if they're into a Santa Claus horror movie or something like that.
Well, a lot of those go by the wayside. They're like they hit for whatever holiday season they are, but nobody really wants to see them again. Or there's a niche crowd that wants to see them. I gotta admit, the Violent Night seems a little different because it's just
Yeah,
Santa Claus as an action hero.
yeah, yeah.
But there was one
Yeah.
other Christmas movie that came out recently.
With Mel Gibson, right?
No, the Grinch horror movie.
The Grinch
Oh, I
horror.
heard about it. Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah,
I heard about
yeah.
it. Okay.
It was called You're a Mean One.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
all right.
I don't know, man.
Now,
These
hey,
people,
Grinch is a perfect example too. That would be an inspirational high bar that I took in when Cliff pitched these ideas to me. I thought right away about the Grinch, the original, of course, yeah.
yeah.
But no, I've been like all of us, I've got the streaming channels, and I've been looking at all the tiles. This time of year,
Yeah.
realizing how many things. I thought I was pretty well versed in all the different movies and specials and stuff, but I barely scratched the surface with how many are out there.
There's so many
But
out there now.
I so many
It's
out
great.
there. But I
Yeah.
think I hope we find our offerings find their little place on the shelf.
Right.
For
Um,
sure. It's funny. I was talking with the same conversation with
I
the
think
person I
because I
was
think it's
talking
still
to
pretty
today.
unique. It's pretty unique. I think we hit a pretty unique, fun tone.
Well, fun, yeah, and the big heart at the end.
Yeah, big
I was
heart,
like, I
Yeah.
like you're
was, I
saying.
was, I had the conversation today with the same person, and I said, if there's one person I would love to get this book into her hands, like one person, like if they said, okay, Cliff, there's one person on earth you'd want to have this book and read it, it would be Michelle Obama.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Like that's, because whose husband is essentially an icon.
Right.
And
I see your point. Okay.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that's like if I could have like one wish, a Christmas wish, like who would give the book a plug? Mrs. Claus, anyway. I'm not so sure she'd be into Cupid that much, but it would be Michelle Obama without question, because I think that somehow,
She could see herself.
yeah. How many times did she have to buck him up when he was president? Go out there and meet the president of France, and I'm just, tire your bitching, go. Whatever the case is.
Yeah.
That's my singular Christmas wish in the years to come, to give Michelle Obama a Christmas present with Mrs. Claus Tells All.
At least it's a possible wish.
It is. It's I was talking to someone I was actually talking to like my children's nanny about it today, because she's Polish, but she like reads these books sometimes, and then she like
Right.
she had a proof copy that she brought home for her daughter.
Cool.
Yeah, and I was talking because I had just had the conversation with the other person. I was like, Ella, there's one person in the world I want like to read this book. It's Michelle Obama. And she's like, well, send it to her.
I
That's
know.
true.
Yeah.
You never know.
Exactly. That's so it's like, okay, I can just do a little research and find out where her, her PR people, her publicity people, just and it could get through.
It could. You never know.
It could hit the shredder, or it could get through.
Exactly.
I think Hillary deserves a copy too. I think she. I think she'd.
I mean, it would be all good, but
It's kind of similar, a little more extreme though. I bet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk about somebody who needs to stood by her man.
Yeah,
That's true. That's really true.
but I'm not sure he's
Oh, I
got
like
the
that. I
IQ.
like that illustration. You see that? That was a fun one to do.
Yeah. And oh, my favorite part of that illustration, if you really look closely, can you zoom in on the croupier's name tag, Ralph?
Can I? I don't think so because it's
Yeah.
on Instagram, but they can check it out on Instagram if they want.
Yes, they can. Well, it says Blake, and that's my son's name. And Sonny just gave me a little gift with that one.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that.
Hold on, I
Yeah.
think
That
I can
was
do
fun.
this. This should do it.
That's
There
Santa
we
on
go.
vacation, if you can't tell,
Yeah,
right?
there you go. You can actually see the Blake.
Yep. Or at least
Santa's having a
Lake.
good time.
Yeah,
And
or at
then
least the lake.
And Santa's wingman.
Right. Well, I like that. He's the big winner. He's the big roller, high roller that night. He's got the good luck ladies.
And his good luck elf.
Yeah, he's making money, little elf.
That's so funny. Santa's wingman. All right, so guys, I see we are at the hour mark. Let the people know where they can find you. I've already shared the link to the Amazon here in the comments, so that people can go check out the Miss Claus Tells All. But let them know where they can find you guys. All the good stuff. Go for it, guys.
Well, you can certainly find us at cupidsfarewellchristmas.com, and there's links to everything on the website. You had that up at the beginning, Ralph, and
Yeah.
Instagram at Cupid's Farewell Christmas, and well, Amazon, just Cupid's. Mrs. Claus Tells All by Evan and Quinn. I think you could find Cupid right now too, but like we were talking, we're not really plugging it this year because we want to redo it. But this is just cupidsfarewellchristmas.com. And actually it's Mrs. Claus Tells All.com too. We'll go there. So both
That's
of those.
the newest one. Yeah, Mrs. Claus Tells All.
.com. But this is like I was telling Ralph earlier, Max just kind of redid the page. You
It's
can
really
navigate.
nice.
Yeah, you can navigate through, Ralph. And
Hold on.
Actually,
Hey,
this
go
page
ahead, keep
this page is actually a slider. If you can go through and just go through the images. Yeah, there's a slider there. There you go.
There we go.
I like the idea.
This
Oh,
Christmas.
that's you, Ralph. Look at you. You're even quoted on your own show.
Heartily recommend this book.
Yeah,
It's written with Ralph, man. I like that guy. Woo!
Thank you
Oh
for the.
no, he's not really Rafael Tavares.
Hey,
Or Rafael
I
Tavares.
keep telling
Jr.
you that Rafael Tavares guy. I don't know who that guy is.
Me either.
Thanks for the plug. I just think these are great books to have around the house during the holidays. You know, it could be one for everyone, or everybody gets one.
There go the disgruntled elves.
That's them.
Yeah, everybody likes she's vaping. You know.
Hilarious animated e-cards. Yes, they are. You guys should do yourself a favor. Go to the e-cards. Send them out to your friends.
They're only $2.
Yeah.
They're only $2, and you can customize them. You can write whatever you want to your friends.
I always knew
Yes,
Santa was
indeed.
real, just not this real. Oh, that's great. Oh man, you guys did a good job with this. Looking for a blast this Christmas? I wholeheartedly recommend
Yeah,
it.
thanks.
There
All
you
right.
go, I just said it.
You got the first quote, Ralph.
That's fantastic. Written with Ralph, man. You guys should listen to that guy and go get the book.
Yeah.
You got to listen to him all the time because he's got a great voice.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You really do.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, you got
it's just,
the baritone DJ voice. Yeah.
yeah. We should have you read Cupid's Farewell Christmas on audio.
Absolutely.
Because you've got the voice for it.
Oh, I'll be up for it in a minute.
Right.
How about a screen test
I can
right
be
now?
the Santa Claus of Santa Claus.
How about,
That's awesome.
for Christ's sakes, Cupid, you're under fucking contract.
For Christ's sakes, Cupid, you're on the fucking contract.
Perfect. You're hired.
Little James Earl Jones going on there.
Totally.
I feel like Santa needs a gravitas in his voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally. Way deeper than I can go. I'd probably pull off Mrs. Claus better than Santa.
So next year we're gonna have Michelle Obama's blurb next to yours.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Dude, these books are great. I can't wait to see how you guys pull off the third book where the elves strike back.
Yeah.
I really love Cupid's Farewell Christmas. It's a great story. It's really heartwarming. Mrs Claus Tells All is a great book. As you guys just saw with Cliff reading it, it's a great story and it has a nice heartwarming ending.
Thank you,
It
Ralph.
reminds us that sometimes we complicate Christmas too much. We need to bring it back to its bare levels and just enjoy it.
You know, and I think that's sort of the right note. It's because I guess at the heart of this, I remember when I was long before these books, I would write these things about Christmas because I was like, it's just on so many levels, it's so awful. Like what it's turned into, it's just it's
Oh, definitely.
It's
It's
like,
so far away from what it's supposed to be.
Exactly. And you know, if they're like aliens out in space watching it, they're just like, what the fuck is this? And
a holiday and ran with it.
Yeah, and I just kind of wanted to, like, you know, bring it in the end in both books, like bring it back around to what it really is. You know, in Cupid's Farewell Christmas, it's like, be it freedom.
I love that line. That's one of the lines that I use when I give
freedom toys. No, freedom. Well, I don't even know the line in my own book, but
that's how it is.
Be it freedom toys or gifts or something. It always feels best when we give.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? I have it right here. I'll read it because
that's right.
I want to quote myself
for a minute.
Yeah. Be it freedom, love, or toys, it always feels best when we give.
Yeah.
That's
the line I've used in a couple of the promos I've done for you guys. Because that one stands out the most to me.
Yeah. No, we're softies at heart. Giving, this book, Cupid's Farewell Christmas ends on giving, and Mrs. Claus Tells All ends on love.
Yeah.
But even what Julia, the little girl in Mrs. Claus, sort of is echoing the same sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is
selfless.
Giving. Yeah, selflessness, and that's what Santa like comes to realize in both books.
Yeah.
And
you know, it's like we do. We struggle with this. We know we need to do the right thing, but sometimes it's hard to do the right thing. And it's funny because you know,
this is the time of year to remember it. Yeah, to remember to do the right thing.
And it's so funny because you wouldn't think this book talks all that stuff, but it does. It really gets deep into it without getting too deep into it. Without, you know, and it kind of like does it in a, you know, you did some very good writing there where you're doing it and you're not throwing it in people's faces. You're like, dude, just look at this.
Yeah.
And, you know, and the images in the book too, it's, you know, and thank you, Ralph. I mean, I think that they're, you know, it's one of the things that's always kind of like, oh, these books, you know, they're only people are going to be interested for like 1 month a year, you know, but in some ways they're not just Christmas stories.
Yeah.
You know, they're Christmas characters. Yeah. They're sort of life stories, which I feel maybe one day when they really take root, I think people may realize this. Because they kind of are.
But I think that's why when you guys go to the conventions, you know, you guys get these people who just want to buy the books because it's more than just, you know, what it is. It's something bigger. And even when it's Christmassy, it's a Christmas message that we all are looking to have, you know, without it being forced down our throats.
Mm-hmm. Because it's what the authentic message of Christmas really should be.
Right.
about selflessness and about
Yes,
love.
indeed.
I
What's
agree.
that?
There you go. All you tough guys,
Yeah.
all you softies.
All you gun-toting
Exactly.
gun-toters.
All right. So we're at the 15 mark.
Thanks.
Jordan.
Ralph,
Matt.
thanks for
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about it. You guys will get a chance to say that too.
gentlemen.
Jordan, Nat, anything you guys need to say?
Jordan, go first.
I mean, if we're going to be talking about Christmas books, I might as well throw this up.
You want to
Wow,
tell us?
yeah.
Okay.
Spoilers?
Christmas
go.
Caroline.
That looks really nice, man. Christmas
Who's
Caroline.
it by?
That is a great cover, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So who does that book?
This is another Garrett Gunn thing besides Good Boy.
Oh, Garrett does a lot of good work then.
Yep.
That cover looks fantastic, though.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Nat,
Very
what
cool.
do you got to say?
If you don't mind allowing me some access.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So, Floofschmal, please
Amazing
But
artist.
give her a
Nathan,
like, a follow on both Instagram and Twitter. She does amazing and beautiful artwork. These are some of the pins that she had currently just finished a Kickstarter with Bitsy Tandem, to which I believe there is rumors of something else in the works that they are doing. But she is an amazing artist, as you can see. Just look at the detail. Observe the detail. Ooh, detail. Give her follow. Give her like. Give her love.
much
Both here
detail.
on Twitter at Floofschmallow and on Instagram at Floofschmallow.
I'll give her some love right now from Instagram.
Thank you.
Woo! Floofschmallow.
Totally.
Mr. Ralph, if you can promote that link and drop it into each one of the streams that we are doing, that link right there will send you to Floofschmallow and her cosplay picture.
I knew you were going to do that. You're lucky she's not yelling at you right now.
To which
You got to show
She
the
looks
other one
so
too.
great in it, though. That is a great costume she put together.
Who
they
is that?
currently
That's-
released the halfway.
is that Barbie? Is that Barbie Chula?
No.
Oh, no. That
This is Koyanskaya from Fate.
Oh,
That is
okay.
Floofschmallow.
All right.
Wow.
I just
That's the
gave
artist of herself.
I just gave Floofschmellow some love on Instagram.
Thank you, good sir.
Ralph.
He's doing what you guys all should be doing.
Like
It's a little confusing for me because my screen's here, but my camera's here. So just
Ralph.
subscribe.
Hey,
But-
Ralph, what do you think about? I'm gonna reach out to Barbie Chula and have her be Mrs. Claus at some point.
Oh, that'd be great. I forgot that
think
you
so.
met her at WinterCon
Yeah,
when she was Krampus.
She was Krampus, and she was
Yeah.
also she was some other something. She's amazing, and she
She is amazing. I think
she
that'd
would.
be a great choice for you to have
Yeah.
Barbie Chula be Miss Claus. It
I would
actually
love
would
to.
fit the model-esque version of Miss Claus that she is.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to her and.
Weren't
send
you
her
gonna
this.
commission Cliff somebody to make a puff and feather bikini?
She does it. She does it herself. She makes them herself. She makes all her costumes
does. She makes her
herself.
costumes
She's
herself.
amazing. She does
She's amazing.
amazing stuff. Yeah. So I actually spoke to her about it, back then, and she was into it in the moment, and it was a while ago. But I should send her.
She was interested then. She's interested. She'd be interested now. She's
Yeah,
a
I
great,
think so.
She's a great person. Just
Yeah,
reach out
she
to her.
is. Yep. In due time, but it sort of just reminded me again, like, yeah, she would be like totally. She'd nail it.
Yeah,
Spot on.
that's such an inspiring talent. People who are good at costuming, and creating costumes, and all the seamstress work,
Yeah,
and
she's
props,
really
the
good.
props work.
She's really good.
Did you make that prop? Did you make
No.
that prop?
No.
That was pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
You
It
got
is,
Can it
man.
do damage?
God of War,
Can it do
Ragnarok.
damage?
Yes.
I knew it was God of
You
War.
can do damage.
It cracks peanuts.
It's a nutcracker. It's
It
Christmas.
is metal,
It's a
right?
nutcracker,
No,
exactly.
it's not metal.
It's a nutcracker.
It still hurts though.
I
Well,
bet.
if you hit their
Well, it
nuts,
looks
they'll
like it.
crack
Ow.
them. All right, so Cliff and Sonny, what is your last word?
All right.
Sonny, you got the second to last word.
Oh man. What else? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Buy
Aloha.
the book.
That's Cliff's last words.
All right, Cliff.
Yes, happy and merry to all. And yeah, check out the book. I think that you will not be disappointed. I think Sonny and I kind of really hit our stride on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's I mean, I think we did good stuff with Cupid, but I think our game stepped up on this one. And if you like Cupid, and Cupid's not going anywhere, and he will be making another appearance. But Mrs. Claus, she got a tail too. As we said, if you look on the back of the book, I don't know if you can pop that on real fast, but that's the back page.
I think you can. Just show it. You can just show it. I'll put you up.
Right here.
She's got a tail too.
MrsClausTellsAll.com. There we go.
Go buy the book. You won't regret it. And share it for Christmas. It'll be a good
It makes
read.
a lovely gift too.
Exactly. It'll be a good read at the table. And like we were saying before, it makes for a great Christmas card gift. A whole book.
Yeah.
Every
household should have one.
Every household should have one. But yeah, I mean, they are really in some ways just extended Christmas cards.
They are. All right, folks. This has been the Written Writ. If you want to buy the book, the Amazon link is in the comment section. Also, in the description, you can find all the bits and pieces to find Cupid's Farewell Christmas and Mrs. Claus Tells All. Tomorrow, we will have our video game extravaganza with guest host Peace and the Gata Negra.
You need to do Peace's full name, good sir.
Huh?
You need to do Peace's full name.
Peace can do a Peace's full name.
No. You need to do Peace's full name.
Peace, Lord of the Rumpus. Who was playing Santa Claus at Big Apple Con this weekend, which was a blast. Seeing him and the Gata Negra doing their thing. And they'll be here tomorrow doing their thing and talking about video games. And they're about to release a new single, Christmas song, in a couple days. And of course, we have Coquito Season from last year, which is a nice Christmas song that you guys would not expect. And of course, if everything works out, we will also have the guys from Horizon's End tomorrow talking about their RPG, which is coming out soon. Yeah, it's going to be a busy day tomorrow with a lot of video game talk. And if you like video games, hey, show up. Of course, with that, I'll do what I always do. I'll press the button, and where it stops